How can we as Christians help seekers who've experienced recent tragedy?
Well, so I think empathy comes out of common experience. I think the most empathetic people I know are people who have had a common experience, and they can relate by way of common experience. And I think you see this as in 1 Corinthians. There's several passages where Paul says, from your own experiences that God has allowed you to suffer through, you are now going to be somebody who can embrace and help others who are now experiencing the same thing. So I think a lot of this is making sure that I can certainly love and care and relate to people who are suffering something I've never suffered, but that's why the church is still at the center. I was just a weekend at an event where Josh McDowell was speaking, and he was speaking about pornography, and he was talking about how we do a disservice to people to say Jesus is all you need. All you need is Jesus to solve this problem. His argument is, well, the scripture doesn't even teach that. That yes, Jesus is all you need to be saved. That's all that's required for salvation is trust in Jesus. But healing often comes through the community of the church. And all those one another's are the place where true healing occurs. And so I thought that was very powerful, right? In the sense that, yes, that is true. So if I'm going to have empathy with somebody who has had a recent tragedy, my hope is that that person is connected not just to me, but to a body of believers. Because in that body of believers, there'll be somebody who's experienced the same tragedy. And it's in that context of community that healing occurs. And if you're wondering why, you've been asking God to take this from you, and you don't feel that sense of peace, or it's because you may not be connected to a church body. Mm-hmm. You know?
So you would recommend, if they're trying to help a seeker who's been in a tragedy, bringing them into your community with hospitality, into your home, into your friendship circles.
That's right. It's in the context of community that you're going to find somebody else who also suffered that loss of a loved one, who also is going through a bout with cancer, who also, because we've all experienced these things. And yes, I can certainly offer my sympathy, but I may not be able to offer my understanding, right? Especially if I have never... You realize when you tap on that window like that, Amy, that although no one can hear us in the podcast, that they can see us on this little video I'm recording on my phone. So you just gave yourself away, all right? Just so you know.
Sorry.
What can I do? Okay. So yeah, I think that's the approach I would take is, it sounds terrible when you say, tell the seeker to come to church. That's not what I'm suggesting. Tell the seeker that there's strength in this loving community. Mm-hmm. And then expose them to that community. I'm not saying just come to church and hear my pastor talk. No, I'm talking about, are we connected to other believers or to people who have experienced the same kinds of things? Anyway. Thanks so much for watching our video. If it was helpful and useful to you, I'd really appreciate it if you would follow us, subscribe to our channel at the bottom link here in the video, and tell your friends. And please follow us on social media.